and welcome to the Jekyll Hyde Club.
Today we have a Valpurgis Night inspired witchy haul because it's coming in about a month, a little less than a month, and so we're getting some pieces ready that we want to use during the festivities. For those of you who don't know about that, it's the last night of April. It's like right before May Day. It's kind of like the Samhain of spring, as it were, instead of fall, so it's kind of a really cool day. And speaking of spring, I have to say before we start this haul, just because, that we had a lovely spring day. Gomez and I had to walk out to do some of our business, and it was lovely weather. It was cloudy, it was breezy, but it was also warm, so we didn't need jackets or anything, and there was no like annoying sun like in our way, so it was quite charming. And we were walking down the street, and this guy was outside of a store playing a trumpet and just doing different little ditties with the trumpet, and he started playing the Addams Family motif. And what's interesting is I don't think he's like aware of our channel, but he just saw us passing, and that's how obviously we look Morticia and Gomez-esque. So it was very touching. It touched our little black hearts.
Aww.
And so anyway, now finally on to the witchy haul. We have a haul from two stores online from Etsy. One is Mama Otter's Tidbits, and the other is Willowroot Wands. And we did not get a wand from her, but she has interesting pewter wands that are very nice and unique. But we'll get to that in a second. First, we will do Mama Otter's Tidbits. She asked me if she should include business cards, and I said, well, I don't know why if you're not going to do a giveaway right now, and I can help you with that, but if you're just cards, I don't know who I would give them to, but I'm thinking now, you know what, I could have showed one right now when I do this review, like showing her little card, which I'll leave a link to her shop. But that would have been wise probably. So next time, Charlotte, don't ask me what I want, just do it, because apparently I'm not thinking. So yeah, but she sends her things in nice padded envelopes and little boxes that, you know, keep everything well protected. Box. Just in case no one's seen a box before. Everyone always shows the packaging, so we don't want to leave anyone feeling shortchanged. Yes, and inside it has fluff. And if anybody needs a close-up of a fluff, order something from Mama Otter's Tidbits. She has great prices, and you will get fluff.
Ooh.
Now, thank you, Slappy, for holding that, but since we're done, you have less to deal with, my dear. This is our roommate, Slappy. We are Morticia and Gomez. Do check out our other videos if you're new, and like, subscribe, share, because membership to the Jekyll Hyde Club is free. It only takes a subscription.
So true.
And our friends Jekyll and Hyde always feel very honored, you know, to have more club members. So, anyway, the first thing we got from Mama Otter's Tidbits is something we both got, and she's really nice because she was selling these items separately, like 2 items, and I asked her to combine them into one, and she did. She was selling these little pewter magic wand pendants, a wand with a star on the end, and I found that fanciful and nice, and it's not all silly and glittery, you know, so. And then she was selling these lovely garnet bracelets, natural garnets that are tumbled and polished up because they had the natural garnet faceting on them, and we are total suckers for garnets. Like, I think garnets and amber are the 2 things we probably never have enough of. Even if we think we do, we see more and get it. So anyway, I love the metaphysical properties of garnets. They're very cleansing and shielding of the aura, and that's where the healing starts, and that's where things get in, so it's cleansing it and shielding it, which is good. And it's a very motivational stone, so I really love garnet. But we're using it right now for the shielding, cleansing, especially when you're doing any kind of psychic work. It keeps other things, I think, from coming in to bleed over or disrupt, you know, what you're trying to get, so you don't get something else when you're trying to get one thing. You're not getting something from the neighbor instead or whatever, like, yeah. But anyway, so she had these lovely garnet bracelets and these wand pendants, and I said, what if you put the wand pendant in the middle of the bracelet as a charm, because it's long, but it's really lightweight? And she's like, yeah, I can do that. And she cut us a really good deal because she's a sweetheart, so that was really nice. And these were $18, and that's a really good deal for these chunky garnets and the wand in the middle, and the pewter wand and the garnets, and it stretches. It's really easy to wear. Gomez can show you his on, and then we will show you mine as a close-up. Model it, model it. Boom shake, boom shake, boom shake.
Okay, here goes mine.
And it's good for either gender, as you can see. And the colors are dark. It's like a, you know, a lot of those garnets that are like the dark red, like almost black, so it looks black in most lights. And then the pewter wand. It's a nice little magical bracelet. Behold.
Yes, that's what I should have said. It's so beautiful, like the reflection here.
I like it when Gomez becomes enchanted by our items and forgets to speak. It's like, it shows how cool they are.
They have a charming spell even on me. Okay.
Does that mean you're bewitched by yourself, Gomez? I like that.
I think so.
Well, it's good for the ego.
Yes.
So, and I told her, feel free to go ahead and sell that design on other bracelets if you like it, because we took all her garnets. Well, she actually has round garnets that aren't faceted, if anyone is interested and you don't mind that they're not faceted. She has some nice 10 mil, chunky, dark, round garnets she could put a wand in the middle of. And then she has other stones that she could do it with. So if you want that done, do talk to her about it. And the next item is a nice pendant. It's dark gray, almost black agate with some white streaks. It shows it's natural and not been messed with. And it's a lovely, fancy, kind of faceted look. So you're wearing the natural stone, but, you know, it's been polished up and fancied. So it is, you know, like natural, but then cut and polished, so you get the fancy look as well. It's a nice combo. And I put it on my chain. Would you like me to take it off the chain?
No, it can still show.
Very well. And it's a big, heavy piece. I think it was like, I want to say $15. And she has another one left, if you guys are interested. She kind of has a few one-of-a-kind pieces, so once they're gone, they're gone. But she does have one more of those. She could do a similar bracelet to this one. And she has a lot of nice stuff in her shop. Some spooky stuff, bats, cauldrons, fun stuff like that. Spiders, and really a cool steampunky spider web kind of pendant that looks pocket watchish that I reviewed a while back, if you guys want to check it. I will try to link her other shop reviews below. I should be able to remember to do that we did from her. And she did a nice setting on that, just simple with a twirl at the bottom of silver, and then the little nice size loop at the top that you can put any size chain through, which is nice, so I could wear my thick, heavy silver one.
Here goes, we'll show all the sides.
And I like this because, you know, I can wear it with something casual, or if you want to wear it with something dressy and elegant, it works just as easily. And then you're wearing a nice natural stone with a fancy look. And agate has really good energy, so that's nice. And the next piece is, we are moving on to Willowroot wands. This is a crystal ball scrying pendant, and we will show it up close in a second. It's got a nice pewter setting. It's a really unique look. A lot of the balls that I've seen in pendants are not this large, and they're like a bead, a round bead ball, and then it's just got a drill hole through it with less of a fancy setting, or it will have a claw holding it, which we already have a few versions of that we've reviewed in the past in general that we found on various sites. So this is kind of a different setting. As Gomez said, it seems like a fairy tale kind of enchanting look. It's inspiring. And I'm sure he'll give you his thoughts when he's showing you in the camera, unless he becomes enchanted. This is heavy. The cord that I'm wearing it on is length adjustable with the slide knots, and it was provided. And the bail is definitely big enough that you can take it off the cord and put it on a chain if you wish, or, you know, any size thing that you wish. But it does come with a cord. It came in this black velvet pouch. I'm sure you've all seen them before, but behold. Ta-da. And then it came in like a flat-weight priority box, and it came promptly. We paid for it and got it in a few days, so it was prompt shipping. It was $47. The ball is a 30 mil ball, and it was described as a substantial piece of jewelry. You can choose between crystal, it's lab-grown quartz, which I usually don't mess with, but I had specific uses for this one, and I don't mind, but it is crystal, so crystal quartz. And then she has hematite, red jasper, and black obsidian, if I remember them all correctly, which I think I do. So it's nice that there's 4 choices, 4 options for different scrying things that you're doing. I love black obsidian too, but I already have a really big pendant of black obsidian that's shaped like a potions bottle that I adore. It's got like Chinese protection carvings. But anyway, this is the card that tells about the ball, and then I'll talk a little about the shop.
Let's see, here's the right angle. Scrying Ball Pendant, a wearable metaphysical tool for scrying, guessing, and casting spells. A beautiful sphere is held in a sparkling lead-free pewter setting and is suspended on a long black cord. It can be worn with other magical charms, pendants, and amulets. Or
as I am wearing with this one.
Oh, behold, Mortician. Or be worn alone The sphere is a clear gazing ball or hematite. Magic vision, psychic skills, all elements. Willowroot wands are made of the finest lead-free pewter and contain 5% pure silver for conductivity, strength, and beauty. That is the summary.
So each thing she sells has a nice little write-up about it that is telling you, you know, what it is, where it comes from, what it can do, etc. It's really nice. Her site is very informative. I must say that we didn't really find the pictures as good as they could be, and I even sent them to some other friends before I bothered her, like, am I adult? Can you see this better? Because we are visually impaired, but, you know, like, I sent them to friends with perfect vision, and they were like, not a good picture. So just some feedback that the pictures could definitely be better. Lighting is the key, I guess, I don't know, or different angles. I would definitely say different angles of some wands that she has, as well as the ball. You know, but she will answer questions. I asked her a few questions about the ball, and she answered, and she was prompt and clear and helpful. So, you know, I mean, hey, if a picture doesn't tell 1,000 words, ask a question, get the words, and she does answer well and promptly, and, you know, she gets back to you. And our wands that we use, that we might show one day, are like wooden with stones, but she has pewter wands, and they're really neat. Like, there's one fairy one, and like a bunch of different fairy ones, and some other cool ones, and they're actually around $50-some usually. So, and you can choose your stones to add in some cases and whatnot. So if you're into wands, check out her wands. They're also pewter, and they're all special. They each have different magical intents and purposes, so it's very nice. And I've checked around, and her prices for the wands, I think I've seen more expensive. They're also larger and more ornate too, so I would say they're fair. She has wand pendants as well, 2 and 3 inches, and they're really neat. She has one that's a raven wand that I would like, and Gomez is interested in her shamanic wand. But we'll probably hope for like Christmas sales or something, because they're like 2 and 3 inches for 20, almost 30, like 29, and then like 30 some. And I just think that's a little bit expensive for me, like just for pewter. It's lovely work and everything, but it's just, I'd like it to be a little bit less expensive. So we'll probably hope for some kind of Black Friday sales or something. And, you know, get some in the future if she does that. But this ball, I think, was a good price for its weight and its size. And now I'm going to take it off just for the camera. The ball. Just the ball. But, and the hat. I have to take off the hat to take off the ball.
Such charming hat.
Yes. A good striptease. A witchy striptease should start with the hat.
Oh, I like that. That's the best line.
Thank you. That's because we're writers. We get away with best lines.
Yes. So this is a nice, really nice setting. It drew my attention. When I saw it first on the site, I was reminded possibly of some kind of a form of a tiara that Regina, the evil queen, was wearing it once upon a time. And it's just like some kind of a magical touch. Like, my association with it is sort of enchanting, magical, fairy tale-ish, like all the twirls maybe. And I think the site was trying to create that impression too, because as Morticia said before, there were those 2 blurbs about Beltane and Tirna Nog that were really nice to write.
That was on the different wands, fairy wands that we were looking at.
Yeah.
And it seemed very fitting. And she even mentioned this pendant would be good for either gender, and wizards, witches alike. So, you know, again, the magical aspect you're mentioning, Gomez.
Yes. I like that description of Tirna Nog. Many of you probably know what it is, but to some extent I think maybe it has similar sources to the Land of Avalon and other mythologies, the Fountain of Eternal Youth and stuff like that, the Holy Grail, if you will, for some of you. So it's like a cool.
So you think the ball is a good match for that?
Yeah, I think the ball like could represent all of those fantastical elements, mythologically, symbolically. At least that's my association with it. It's really pretty at any rate. So nice to work with.
He's speaking of the fairy realm wand, I think it's called, that has the nice Tirnanog blurb. So
Yeah.
if you guys check out her wands, read the Tirnanog blurb. It's a good one, and you'll know what Gomez is talking about.
Yes.
And so now I'm putting it all back on. See, that's nice fun of a striptease, right? When you put it back on. Like...
Yeah, usually the reverse process is the final one.
So anyway, yeah, I think that the hold wands are like, I think 7 to 9 inches if I remember correctly. But anyway, they were like a good price, I think, for what it is. But then the 2 to 3 inch pendant wands were only like $20 less, roughly, give or take. I mean, so I think like they should have been $20 each, and then I would have bought like I would have went wand crazy. So to me, if you're having a big one that's only $20 more than the little tiny ones, it's only pewter, and I get craftsmanship and everything, and I understand and respect that, but I think like 20 would have been nice for the pendant ones. Just my opinion. And I would have bought a lot more, and if she's selling a ton, then I guess ignore me, what do I know? If not, I would really consider, 20 on the pendant ones, and then I think the larger ones are a great deal. And it's lovely pewter work. All her stuff is really unique. It's stuff that I have not seen before, and I compliment her artistry heavily, and her business ethic. I would like a little bit better pictures, and definitely like a lower price on the pendant ones, but that's just me as a buyer, like just the feedback on that, so. But it was a very good transaction, a lovely, unique piece, and it definitely gets attention when you wear it out, so that's cool. I had a guy ask me last night at dinner if I was religious, and I think he was looking at this, because I was wearing this ball pendant and my Lily Munster bat with the mouth open. I've done 2 reviews. I was wearing the Rock Rebel Lily Munster bat, if you guys check it. So I assume he was talking about the ball, unless there's a bat religion I don't know about, so... but I just said no. Sometimes I'll answer that I'm spiritual instead, and I will discuss with people, but I just didn't feel like it last night, so I just said no. Let him ponder that one. But anyway, the ball gets nice positive attention, and it's a lovely piece, and it's solid. It's not going to come out, and I like it. So again, I think it was nicely stated on the site that it's good for either gender. Gomez is going to share it with me. So hopefully he won't take it over.
Hopefully.
If he does, I guess we'll order another one. But anyway, this is a lovely piece, and I recommend the shop, and it's good craftsmanship. So hopefully we've given you guys some nice witchy places to shop. And we will leave links below to both sites, and I will leave a couple of my other video reviews for Mama Otter. And until next time, stay witchy and
try to enjoy the daylight.